Do you really trust the process? Everybody says they trust the process until the process hurts. See, if you're not able to trust the process, you will always chase shortcuts, or you will always give up. You will always quit because you don't trust the process. See, one thing about life and one thing about God is God always will, before he will develop you before he delivers what he promised you. See, we always pray for things and hope for things, and as long as it's in God's will, God says, his word says that his answers are yes and amen to whatever that you prayed for. Because God already knows what you want, but if it's not within his will, that means it's coming from your fleshly desires. If it's not within his will, he's not going to give it to you. Not because he don't want you to have nice things, but because it's not good for you. So, but back to the main point of trusting the process. So before you get what you prayed for, you have to be developed. But we live in a world where we want things so instantly. We don't have the mental capacity to think about delayed gratification because everything is so instant now. Anything we want to learn, we can just go find it. Anybody we want to get involved with, we can just go get it. We forget that it's a process to things. See, God, like for example, David was anointed king, but before he came king, he still had to be loyal to King Saul. Even so, that means like before I'm having visions of me becoming king, and I'm already anointed. I know I'm the chosen one. I know I'm that dude, and I still gotta wait. Why? And even in the middle of me waiting, this is where faith comes in. Faith is confidence in the things that we hope for. So if you're hoping for something, that means it's not tangible. That means you can't see it right now. That means you have to have a trust or some type of faith in order to know that the thing that you have in visions of, that it is possible to achieve or to attain. But you gotta go through something. There's no overnight process. There's no overnight solution to things. There's a process to everything that you want. But we lack so little faith that we pray for something, and if it ain't there in the next day or the next week or whatever, we just give up. You lack faith. You don't trust the process. You gave up right before it got good. Like right now, I'm in the parking lot to go to the gym. I've been working out for the past 6 years. You know how crazy it would be for me to think that if I was 30-40 pounds overweight or 30-40% body fat, that just because I did 20 sets of bench press, I'm lifting 300 pounds, and I'm just supposed to be chiseled up with a 6-pack abs in 2 weeks. No, that's crazy. I ain't fixed my diet. I ain't learned the proper exercise techniques. I ain't did all these other things, but yet I want the results right now. I want the results tomorrow. It's not how it works. It's a process. You think you in the mirror because you lifting weights, you see that pump, you think you building muscle. No, fool. Real muscle growth don't even happen while you're lifting weights. It happens when true gym knowers know this. It happens when you're resting, while you're recovering, while you can't even see it. But we want things right now that we forget to trust the process. And if you can't trust the process on things, you'll never get what you want. Because in order to get something that you never have, in order to become someone that you've never been before, you have to do something that you've never done before. So if you've always been an impatient person, why do you think that all of a sudden you just gonna get what you want, and you never had to endure anything to even get it? The testing of your faith is what makes you complete. The testing of your faith is what makes you perfect in order to receive what you prayed for, or to what you hoping for. But we so simple-minded that we just think everything is just supposed to come to us without a test, without being tried, without being tested. Nah, player, don't work like that, man. It's gonna be some setbacks. It's gonna be some setups. It's gonna be some times you want to quit. It's gonna be some times you want to say, man, fuck this. It's being real. Even like building generational wealth, building wealth. Like, I know what my goal is, to build wealth for generations in my family. Now that's different for every man, but I know what it means to me. Man, I've been investing consistently for the past few months. And I've seen progress because I've stayed consistent, even when it didn't make sense. Even when the stock market went down, I stayed consistent. I didn't pull my money out. I just kept it in there, and I've seen it grow. But what's crazy is I had this same app that I'm investing in now 6 years ago. I had to download it. I had money in there, but I quit. I gave up. I pulled the money out because I didn't understand what was going on, or it was it's in the red, and so this ain't working. I quit right before it got good. Imagine if I would have stayed consistent 6 years ago. Imagine if you would have stayed consistent 6 months ago, 6 years ago, whatever the case may be for you and what you prayed for. Imagine if you just stayed consistent. By now, you would have probably had it. With relationships, like I'm in a relationship right now, but to those who are in a relationship or those who want a relationship, it's so easy to get caught up in seeking the connection that you forget to build a foundation. What good is it to get the person you want, but you're not the person ready to handle that person? You want a wife, as a man, you want a wife, or a woman, you want a husband, but you only want them thinking they gonna complete you, thinking it's gonna fulfill you. You crazy. Ain't nobody out here walking around ready-made, tailor-made just for you, even if it is your person. Nobody coming complete to fulfill what you missing inside. No. You gotta already be that type of person. You already have to become that person. If you don't got the relationship, you either have to become that person, or if you already in a relationship, you know that, or in a healthy relationship, you know that it's a process to it. You know that real love requires boundaries, it requires patience, it requires all the things that ain't easy to do. It requires healing. How many people walking around here unhealed? So it go back to the main point of, do you trust the process? It's what you pray for, what you hope for. Do you trust the process to really wait it out? Do you okay with walking through the fire? We just be thinking everything we just supposed to go from A to Z, and it be no setbacks, no trials, no tribulations. No, it's just supposed to be easy peasy walking apart. Man, you got life messed up if you think that. You crazy. So if you don't trust the process, you can't complain about not getting the results. So stop asking why it's taking so long, and start asking, or shift your mindset from why is this taking so long into what is this trying to teach me, or what is God trying to develop me into, so where I can become the person while I'm waiting, in the midst of it. If you can learn to shift your mindset from give me right now to, you know what, okay, what is this teaching me? What is this showing me? What is this trying to build within me? I promise you it's gonna come. But what good is you quitting? What good is you giving up? What is that gonna do? It's easy to quit. Quitting is the easiest thing to do in the world. Leaving a relationship is the easiest thing to do in the world. Quitting a job is the easiest thing to do in the world. Not saving money is the easiest thing to do in the world. Easy to do. But what's easy to do, 9 out of 10, don't be good for you. It don't be fulfilling. The stuff that's really worth attaining, it's gonna take some work. It's gonna take some patience. It's gonna take some discipline. Not motivation, not hype. It's gonna take boring work. Boring ass work, daily grind. And if you're not willing to do that, you can't complain. You can't complain about not having the things that you prayed for when you ain't willing to do the work. Faith without work is dead. You can have all the belief in the world. I can believe that I'm gonna be rich and not famous. I don't care about fame, but I can believe I'm gonna be rich and wealthy. But hell, if I ain't studying investing, if I'm not managing my money right, if I'm not looking for career opportunities, if I'm not trying to sharpen my mind, if I'm not trying to do things that's gonna help me prepare while I wait, I'm not rich yet, but I do things like a wealthy person does do. I don't have a six-pack abs, but I try to do the things that a person with six-pack abs do. It takes a process. I'm not married yet, but I'm in relationships, and I try to do things that healthy married couples at least, I try to emulate those things with my partner, with my woman, so that when that time does come and we get married, we gonna be good because we have a solid foundation. It wasn't just given to us. I didn't just act off emotions. I know when that time does come and I receive what I prayed for, it's because I put the work in, not just because I was wishfully thinking. So again, if you're not willing to trust the process, don't complain, because it's gonna hurt.